Today we are going to make Torta Milanesa. If you don't know what that is, it is one of the greatest things ever invented by humankind in the history of forever. There are 3 things you need to know about it. 1, it's a Mexican sandwich. 2, it's a steak sandwich. And 3, that steak is breaded and deep fried. So what else do you need to know? Come on, let's go. I am using this steak here. This is beef chuck flat iron. Normally with Milanesa, you would use a very thin, lean cut of steak. It'd be very tough if you cooked it for almost anything else. Maybe fajitas you could use it for. But for this sandwich, I want something that's got a little bit of marbling in it. However, the thing about this chuck flat iron steak is that it's too thick. So my steak goes in my vacuum seal bag, and then we're gonna give it a good smash. Everybody could use a good smash every now and then. With a little bit of time, a whole lot of noise, and I live in this house alone, so I'm pissing off nobody. I have made this steak super duper thin. Maybe the only one I'm disturbing is Hudson. Hudson, come. See, this guy right over here is immediately attracted to the scent of meat, and I promise I will make you something special that is safe for you to eat, okay? Deal? Okay, deal. And I'm going to marinate this steak in buttermilk. If I get my steak flattened out completely, that is more than enough buttermilk. All right, let me go seal this up. Okay, there we have it. Now we let this marinate anywhere from 2 to 3 days. And we're back. Now today is the day before I assemble my sandwich. I have some pinto beans here. They have been soaking in water for 8 hours. Let's drain them. Then after we drain them, let's put them in a pot. Let's fill the pot. Okay, there we go. Into the pot goes half an onion, quartered, 5 cloves of garlic, and then salt. I cannot determine what amount of salt this will be at the end. I'm just going to add salt straight out of the box into the water. And then I'm going to taste this dirty bean water. And what I want is water that is not quite as salty as I want, like it's a little bit shy of the amount of saltiness I want in the final recipe. Because when we boil these beans, the water is going to reduce, the saltiness is going to concentrate, and so we're going to end up with the final product being the saltiness we want. So let me just say that part again. You want to add as much salt to the water until it's not quite as salty as you want, and that's where you stop. Then you boil these beans for like 3 hours, and when the water goes down and it all reduces and the flavor concentrates, then it will be exactly as salty as you want. And I think I'm at that point. So I'm going to boil these beans. Once they're at a boil, I'm going to take the heat down, put it at a simmer, and let it simmer for 3 hours, I think, once it's soft. All right, let's talk guacamole. So normally in a torta sandwich, you would have slices of avocado in the sandwich. I'm going to make guacamole because guacamole to me is just more flavorful. And because normally, here, hold on, I'm going to get the seed out. So you see that seed? I think I can just squeeze the flesh and the seed comes right out. Look at that. So normally in a torta sandwich, you would have some tomato and some onion and some avocado in the sandwich, which at that point, you got everything to make, you got most things to make guacamole at that point. So might as well just make guacamole. Scoop out the avocado flesh, get a potato masher and mash it up. And if it's super ripe, like this one was, that took barely any time at all. The only hard part is cleaning off the masher. And then at this point, you're going to add some salt and some garlic powder. Mix it up. Give it a taste at this point. It should taste good, good enough to spread on toast. Needs more salt. Perfect. Okay, to your smashed up avocado, you want to add some tomatoes, some onions. I like red onions because I like the color. Some diced up cilantro, a good amount of jalapenos diced up. Make sure you have some left over in case you got to adjust. And then a good squeeze of lime juice. Mix it up. Let's give it a taste. A little more acid. And what the hell? All the diced up jalapeno I have. Okay, give that a taste. Still more lime juice. Need to really, really taste it. See, give that a taste. Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting close. Just a tad bit more salt. Perfect, done. One final step. Some people are a little bit picky when it comes to their guacamole turning brown. I'm not that picky. I don't think it changes the flavor, but I'll admit it doesn't quite look as pleasing. So I'm gonna take this plastic wrap and I'm gonna push it down into my container as far as it can go, and I'm gonna push the guacamole down as well. I'm trying to lock in as much air as possible. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Then I'm gonna put my lid on, and that should hopefully preserve the color until tomorrow. Okay, good news. The beans only took about 2 hours to cook, and here they are. I've got some leftover bean water as well. I'm gonna put it in the fridge like this because this ensures that everything cools down to a safe temperature fast enough so that I don't have to worry about getting sick tomorrow. Welcome back to the stove. Let's talk about our dredge. So I am going to take a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. I'm gonna season it with Slap Yo Mama, because as I've said before, nobody knows how to season food better than the folks down in Louisiana. The only thing that it's missing, as far as being a Mexican recipe, is a little bit of cumin. Add a little more, we'll call it there. Bring the cast iron skillet out. This thing is gonna get a lot of use. We are gonna take about a tablespoon of lard, a little more than that, there we go. Melt that down. Then we take our pinto beans, add them to the skillet. These pinto beans also have some pieces of garlic, as you can see right there, and some pieces of onion that were originally in the boiling water. Get our masher back out, go to town on them. Once it gets messy, we'll just knock it against the side. Use a butter knife to clean all that out. And what's gonna help with mashing is taking some of the bean water and adding that in there. We'll add a little bit at a time. I'm gonna turn the heat down as well. And we just mash it down. Now, what I got here is already looking pretty good. I do want these to be a little bit smoother though, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more bean water. I think that looks really good. Let's give it a taste. It just needs, one, a little bit of cumin. This is absolutely necessary. It needs a tiny little pinch of Mexican oregano and just a bit more salt. Turn the heat off, stir that in. Okay, taste it now. What do we got? I think I might have been a little bit too heavy-handed with the lard, but hey, guess who needs to pack on a couple more pounds because he's bulking right now? Me. Next up, we have a mostly clean skillet. I am going to take some butter, and then this is the style of bread you want to use for a torta. This is telera style bread. It's round. I've cut it in half. We're going to toast these buns, and buns are toasted. We are reaching the end of it. We got to fill up our cast iron skillet with a good amount of oil. I'm gonna say that's enough. And we got our dredge. I have a cut of our steak that has been marinating in buttermilk for 3 days. It is time to bread it. Now normally, if you were doing this in a traditional style recipe, you'd get some eggs, you'd make an egg wash, you'd do like some flour dredge and then some breadcrumb dredge. Since this has been sitting in so much buttermilk for a long time, it's pretty well, sticking. It's gonna make it pretty easy to get this breading to stick. Also, the whole buttermilk marinade, that is not a Mexican thing. That is more of an influence of Southern US country style cooking, but I'm born and raised in Texas. It's pretty hard for me to escape that kind of influence down here. Let's get our cast iron skillet going one more time. And while we wait for the oil to come up to temp, I'm gonna take some of my refried beans and I'm gonna spread them on the bottom half of our sandwich. There we go, she's looking good. We can also do the same thing with our guacamole from yesterday on the top bun. And that's what she looks like right there. Let's drop this bad boy in there. Ooh, look at it go. Ooh boy. Everything's good, everything's good. God, this is actually frightening to watch. It's like I'm making a schnitzel. Let's see about turning it over. All right, I think we are good to go. I'm gonna take my steak, hold it up, let some of that excess oil drip off. Take it, put it on a plate with some towels, let it soak up some of that oil. I'm gonna take some Oaxaca cheese and put it on top because cheese is also very customary in a torta. I'm gonna go clean up some of the mess I made because, dear God, it was quite a mess. Now, with that in place, take our Milanesa, put it on top. Iceberg lettuce is also very common, so that's going there too. Then we take our top bun, put it on top. And we have our torta Milanesa. Every torta, in my opinion, should be huge. It should terrify you as to how you're going to be able to finish the whole thing. And I've been staring at this for the past couple minutes. Let's finally taste this. First off, make sure you get your facial hair as dirty as possible. Okay, the first thing I tasted in that was the guacamole, which I love because it's spicy. I'm not here to mess around with spice, all right? I go all in. But let me try another bite that has more of the steak, more of the beans. Oh my God. Oh my God. Woo! Okay. That steak is tender. That steak is so unbelievably tender. It's almost like it's not even there. It's like you're eating the beans and the guacamole and the bread and all the other stuff, and then you just get like this shot, this bah of like beef flavor, comes out of nowhere, takes over everything, mixes together, creates something entirely different. This is, I say this every time, one of the best things I've ever made. So, if you enjoyed watching this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell, and do all the other things. You can check out some other videos that I've made. This is great. I'm going to finish this up. Until we see each other again, go cook something amazing, and I will see you next time.